Hi everyone, thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. My name is Artem and here is the news. For 439 days, Ukraine stands strong against the forces of the Russian invasion. Yesterday, Ukraine marked the Day of Remembrance and Reconciliation. President Volodymyr Zelensky, in his address on the occasion, said that 8 million Ukrainians were killed in the Second World War. He reminded that victory over Nazis was gained by joint effort of many countries and the majority of them marked it on 8th of May. Zelensky informed that he submitted to the parliament proposition that May 8 be the day of remembrance and victory over Nazism in the Second World War of 1939-1945. In Russia, Victory Day is celebrated on 9th of May and commemorates the 1945 Soviet victory over Nazi Germany in what is called the Great Patriotic War of 1941-1945. This is widely used by Russian propaganda as it tries to present the invasion of Ukraine as the continuation of that war, and authorities in Kiev as Nazi regime. At the same time, the President of Ukraine declared May 9th in Ukraine a Europe Day, which is also celebrated in the EU. We will commemorate our historic unity, the unity of all Europeans who destroyed Nazism and will defeat Russism, said Zelensky. This night, Russia conducted another massive missile strike against Ukraine, reports Ukrainska Pravda. The strike was expected as on 9th of May, Moscow celebrates Victory Day over Nazi Germany, which is very important for Russian propaganda in the war against Ukraine. Air defense destroyed 23 cruise missiles out of 25 launched by the Russian aggressor. Commander of the Air Force Mykola Oleshchuk informed that there were two waves of shelling of Ukraine. The Russian occupiers launched 25 Caliber and Ha-101, Ha-555 cruise missiles. In Kyiv, local authorities said that according to preliminary data, all 15 missiles fired from 4 enemy bombers were shot down over the city. A fire broke out in the Holosivsky district as a result of debris falling into the yard of a private house. There is no information about the victims. In his traditional video address, Volodymyr Zelensky informed that he held a meeting of the staff. In particular, they discussed the training of new units and the supply of ammunition. He also held a meeting with the Minister for Strategic Industries on ammunition, and there is some good news in this regard. The president added that now is not the time to make them public though. Polish Defense Minister Mariusz Błaszczak said that his country has already handed over 10 Soviet MiG-29 fighters to the Ukrainian army, reports Militarny. On April 5th, Polish President Andrzej Duda announced that 8 MiG-29s had already been delivered to Ukraine and 6 more were being prepared for transfer. Despite their age, Polish fighters are still capable of performing air defense tasks as hunters for numerous Russian subsonic cruise missiles such as Ha-101 and Caliber. The AP agency informs that the United States is expected to announce the allocation of another package of military aid to Ukraine in the amount of $1.2 billion on 9th of May, reports European Pravda. American officials informed that the new package will be aimed to ensure Kyiv's long-term defense needs. It will be part of the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, which provides funding for weapons in the months or even years to ensure Ukraine's future security needs. According to US officials, the aid package to Ukraine will include Hawk air defense systems, anti-aircraft munitions, and drones for air defense. Kyiv will also receive artillery, missiles, satellite images, and funding for ongoing maintenance and spare parts for various systems. 3 Ukrainians were awarded the Pulitzer Prize 2023 for the coverage of the war, reports LBUA. The Associated Press journalists, photographers Mstislav Chernov and Evgeny Maloletka, video journalist Vasilisa Stepanenko, and reporter Lori Hinand. The Highlights from Ukraine podcast is a commercial initiative of just 2 people, and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.